Hey, what's up guys? I hope you guys are as hyped as I am for the resumed season 3 of Rick and Morty. It's coming out this Sunday and I wanted to get this video out today. But yeah, this little mini portal gun has some glitter in the green part so it could resemble or give the illusion that the little plasma thing is moving. But if you guys want to learn how to make it, stay tuned. You'll need some red clay, black, white, that's for the gray. If you have gray already, that's cool too, but you'll still need some black, some glow in the dark, and scrap clay if you have some. And if you do and you don't want to use gray or any other color, you could just use all scrap clay and paint it with some gray paint. Your rolling pin, some glass vials. I didn't have any more, so I'm reusing some from my last project. Some water, crazy glue, a pointy tool, a little container, aluminum foil, some paper, some Perlex powder, this is spring green, or some other kind of fine powder, an xacto knife, a flat blade, and this is optional, but some sandpaper. That's to clean up your piece a bit. So first, you want to take your aluminum foil and kind of roll it, or not roll it, but fold it into a rectangle and get the basic shape of the gun itself. You just want to keep adding some layers till it gets somewhat thick. But before you get too far, you might want to poke a hole to see where that vial is going to go through. Here I'm just using the scissors to make the hole bigger. And you want to do this to every layer of everything that you do. So here, I finally got it through. And then I'm gonna keep adding more. So here I actually folded the paper. I don't think I recorded it, sorry, but I just got half of the paper of the big one. I cut it in half and then I folded that in half and cut a little bit more and just made the same holes in it. This one's a little bit trickier because you have to actually cut. But yeah, just do that to the rest of them. And just roll it up again. And make sure to always check for the vial to check if it goes through. And then the last layer is going to be some aluminum foil. Here I just check the vial. Now for the white and black to make the gray. Like I said, you could just use scrap clay and paint if you want. So I'm just gonna mix it real quick. Here it is. Now I'm just taking the scrap clay, rolling it out into a pretty thin sheet. I'm just taking the base or whatever rectangle and cutting around it, and I'm literally just gonna blend it in, attach it, whatever. And then continue doing the same thing for all sides. Don't forget to make that hole. Now take the gray and flatten it out into a sheet, cut out a rectangle, and pretty much the same thing with this one as the scrap clay. But this one you want to be a little more careful because it's the one you're going to be showing. So just, I'm cutting to the perfect fit. Same with the bottom. So at this point it looks kind of like an ice cream sandwich. Sandwich, yeah. And then don't forget, cut out the hole. I actually cut out both sides of the hole, even though I didn't need to. Well, I kind of did. You'll see later why. Because I put the vial from the bottom up. I just patched it up at the bottom anyway. At the end, I mean. But yeah, I'm checking right here. Then I'm taking the rest of the gray. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys. I took out the front part of the scrap clay because I didn't need that. Then you just cut a long rectangle and just place it on the side and blend it in. So here it is, pretty much all done. I just added a little bit of extra gray right there to cover that color that was popping out. Now you take some black, flatten it out, and cut a little rectangle. That's gonna go inside that part that I took out earlier. Now I'm taking a tiny bit of the glow in the dark and making 3 little circles or little balls and putting them right on top of the black. Let's do that to all 3. Now I'm gonna take more black and roll it into a triangle. What am I saying? Rectangle. And then into smaller rectangles. That's just, I did a whole bunch just in case I mess up. But then you just want to put it around the little glow in the dark one, kind of standing up, if you could see what I'm doing right there. And then just blend it together, and that's it. Do that for all 3. Then I am taking the side that is not the front, obviously, and rounding that part out, because that's where the handle is gonna attach later. Then I am cutting a rectangle into the actual piece of gray, as you can see, and then I'm peeling it off. Taking the black again and making another rectangle and putting it right where I took out that clay from. And you just want to do any last touches, and time for baking. Now that it's all baked, I want to sand it a little bit because working with white is pretty annoying because you get a whole bunch of lint in it. Same with the gray. A whole bunch of lint got on it, so that helps to take it off. It helps quite drastically. It's insane. I recommend it. You can see the difference here. Not that much, the camera doesn't catch it, but it is a big difference. Takes away all the dust and everything. And here it is after. Now I'm gonna do the little handle. You just take some of the aluminum foil and work it into the shape that you want, or the angle you want the handle to be at. And yeah, just keep shaping it until you get something that you're happy with, and take the super glue and put some to the actual clay part and the aluminum, and hold it there for a couple seconds. Just add a little more to bulk it up, and then roll out the gray and wrap it around. Just blend it with your finger, it's fine. It's the first layer anyway. So here is pretty much the first layer. Then you want to take some more gray and kind of wrap it towards the end, and you want to make a circle shape essentially, and blend it downwards, upwards, whatever, you get it, until it looks pretty smooth, like it's all one piece. That's the goal here. And there it is. Just any finishing touches and then right to the oven. Now you want to take some of the red and cut out whatever dimension you want to make your gun have. I want to make my dimension C137, which is where Rick, the rickiest of the Ricks, is from. And then I'm just attaching it to the little rectangle that I cut out earlier. Then I'm taking a little ball of black, flattening it a little bit, and then turning it to its side and rolling it. Then with the pointy tool, just making some lines to resemble some sort of knob. And just placing it. Time to bake. Not that they're baked. We're going to move on to the little green vial thing. So I'm taking the glow in the dark to resemble that little white thing in the middle of it, and rolling one side of it. It naturally gets stuck to your finger, so when you pull it apart it comes all squiggly, and you want to do that to the whole shebang till it looks like somewhat like this. And here I'm just measuring kinda to see if it's gonna fit in the vial, and then to bake. I'd made two just in case one broke. I suggest you do the same. And I just placed it in there with the pointy tool. I don't think I recorded it, but yeah, that's just simple. Just putting it in there. Then you just add water to the little mixing container, and you take your pointing tool and barely dip it into the watercolor. What am I talking about? The food coloring. That. And then you get some of the powder and mix it with the rest. I love how the powder looks when you mix it with water. It's pretty cool. Then you fill your little vial all the way. Now you take your cork and add some crazy glue to it, and you pop it right in. Now I got cracks in mine, I don't know why, but I did. But it's easily fixable. Now I'm just putting the vial through the bottom like I said I was. I'll fix the cracks after I put the vial in. Now just put some crazy glue on it, making sure it goes in the crack, and then just putting it together like that. That's if it happens to you. Then I just wipe it with my finger and wipe it really quick on a little napkin that I have nearby, and that way it doesn't get stuck to your fingers. And I did that to all the other cracks. I had a lot in the bottom. That's okay though. So it stayed shiny, so to fix that I just added some glaze. But if it doesn't happen to you, you don't need to do that. But yeah, here it is after I fixed it all. And one more thing. Roll out some gray again and make a thin, long rectangle. And put it at the base of the green thing. And cut it. And blend it. It helps to smooth it out with your finger. And don't worry, you can bake that vial with water in it. Time to bake now. Here it is all baked and glazed and patched. All of the above. Above. speak. And here I'm just charging it. And it works. Yes. Who needs those fancy LED lights when you have glow in the dark? And yeah, I'm happy with it. Hopefully you guys give it a shot. If not, who cares? Just watch Rick and Morty this Sunday, and peace.